Hello everyone, and welcome to Laundry %, the live stream series where we are trying to complete Trails of Cold Steel 1's Nightmare Mode without ever changing our starting gear. And if you want to watch these challenge runs on your own time, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and boop that bell button to stay notified. And hey Copper Nicholson, thank you so much for dropping by, how's it going? I've been having a pretty good week personally, and I've been really excited for tonight because it finally happened. Madam President, or Toa, I should say, finally has some free time. I'm looking forward to seeing basically see what fun moments await. Where's the map? It should be here somewhere. Oh, anyway. And I don't think we have any ability to cook quite yet, so that'll come in due time. Yeah, Windows updates can be annoying. I can understand that, Copper Nicholson. Oof. Well, that's really bad timing. But hopefully, I hope you're able to work out some things with that, because yeah, if a Windows update happened during a job interview, that would be a really, really bad thing. But hopefully, if the employers understand, they'll let you try again at a later time, because technical difficulties aren't really within your control. Anywho, I think that I've done a bit of talking right now. Now let's see what this free time event is all about. Yo! Rekor, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Oh, it seems to be behind a few times. That's not good. I am glad to hear that they're letting you continue at tomorrow morning. Hey, Copper Nicholson, technical difficulties are out of your control. Just continue to do your best, and that's all you can really do. And yeah, good to know that they're understanding stuff. And yep, exactly, Rekor. It's just time for an event. Alright, let's be realistic, Rekor. It's not romance time yet. Reen barely knows Toa. If they want to form a nice, healthy relationship, this will take time to develop. So let's start by trying to become the best of friends. So, good work today, Reen. I'm happy you made it out of there alive. Turns out your assistance was just what we needed. I'm just glad I could take a bit. Sorry. I'm just glad to take a bit of weight off your shoulders. You really did. George really appreciated your help, too. I'm amazed you managed to take care of all of that and investigate the old schoolhouse. If you need a hand, just let me know. My schedule is pretty flexible. I mean, I'll be at Thor's all year after all. Thanks. You should head back to the dorms and get some well-deserved rest. She still seems pretty busy. Spend time with President Toma. Maybe I should think of it. No, of course we're spending time with Toa. But Copper Nicholson, whatever is going through your head right now, just put it aside and do your best. Things that are out of your control are out of your control. So, don't dwell on things you can't control. What you can control is giving your best shot, getting a good night's rest, and just trying to repair it, and that's all you can do. Anywho. Yeah, exactly, Rekor. Thank you. Now, let's see what there is to this. Are you still busy? That's a rhetorical question, Reen, isn't it? I'd be happy to help if you need a hand. I've already spent the day working, so a bit more won't kill me. Are you sure? You must be real tired. Don't worry about it. I can do a little more. It'll help you out. Aww. Aww, that's cute. Good job, Reen. Aw, thanks, Reen. That's really kind of you. Well, if you insist. Reen helped Toa take care of the day's paperwork. And there was a lot of paperwork on that desk. Like, that was insane. I have seen paperwork, and the amount of paperwork on Toa's desk is a bit ridiculous. Yo, 7 subs! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. How's it going? I really do appreciate it. And you came at the perfect time, because we're just starting the very first Toa interaction, and I'm super excited. Once they were done, she treated him to some tea. Aww. And the wholesomeness begins. Look, I know it's not a 4-course meal like last time, but I figured it would be a good way to show a good impression on you. Phew, finally done. You had a lot on your plate. Now I see just how busy the student council can be. There's so much to get done that I almost always have to work home. Come with me to finish it in time. Are you sure you're okay with this, though? What do you mean? Well, you said you'd help us out next month, too, right? Trust me, you shouldn't feel obligated to help just because your instructor told you to. It's fine, I mean it. Besides, it's not like I'm not getting anything out of it. Hmm? Yeah, I can't let the chance instructor Sarah's giving me go to waste. Oh my, oh no! Okay, so Toa ships this. Instructor Sarah ships this. And now even Reen ships this. Okay. Fair enough, Seven Size. Glad to hear you're doing well. Ooh, you're working on some classes. Nice. If it's alright to ask, what kind of classes are you working on? I need to branch out, try new things. That's the only way I'll figure out what I want to do with my life. I put a lot of effort into getting to this academy, and I'm going to make my time here count. I'm going to be blunt here, Reen. You really need to push yourself like this? Says the person who works on the weekends. And 5 days during the week, during the regular week. What? Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing your best and helping other people. I'm a big fan of both. But at the same time, it's important to take the time to just sit back and rest too. You need to have balance. Because if you don't, there may come a time when you want to work towards something important to you, but can't. Darn, that was some good words of wisdom, Toa. Ooh, intro to CS50 computer science and game development. Sounds like fun, Seven. Agreed, Rekor. Agreed. Oh, sorry. Wow, things got really heavy there. I probably shouldn't be saying all this when I hardly even know you. But I just don't want to see you hurt yourself by going overboard or anything. I wonder if she's speaking from experience. Because you're just as important as everyone else in this academy, even if you don't realize it yourself. Thank you, President Toa. I was kind of worried about being able to do enough while I was here, but this is kind of like a weight off my shoulders. That's good then. And if you're ever feeling tired, feel free to come visit me. At the very least, I'll make you do some nice hot tea and we can talk things over. Roger. I don't think I've ever met anyone with such a soothing personality. I know, right? He's right though. Pushing myself out too hard can really burn me out. Bond with Toa strengthened, yes! That was so cute! It was also so wholesome. I like that Toa actually had some really good advice for Reen, even though it really feels like... I get the feeling that Toa has pushed herself too far in the past, and that's why she said that. Although, to be fair, I could definitely imagine Reen saying, you know, Toa, you told me that live a balanced life. You should probably take that advice yourself. And just look how much paperwork she has. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Rekor, if Toa was the canon parent. Although, to be fair, it does feel like the devs were purposely shipping, I think... why am I blanking on this? Oops. I think it's Elisa is her name. I think it's Elisa and Reen seem to be the ship they're trying to force. But, to be honest, so far from what we've seen in the story, it definitely seems like Toa and Reen you know, friendship / potential relationship just seems a lot more natural. And Toa is just super, super wholesome and kind-hearted and empathetic, and I just wanted that! You'll be my shoulder to lean on from here on out, Green. Let's have some tea together again when we got the time. I just looked at that! Isn't that amazing? Like... That's, I wish we still had another free point today, but we can't because we're still super low level. Not that anyone else is available right now anyway, but it's all good. Anywho, that was super wholesome. I'm glad I saved that for the start of this episode. Definitely looking forward to seeing what else happens. It's getting dark, so if I go in my room now, I'll be in for the night. Actually, hold on a minute. I just realized something. Since the time has passed, can we fish again? That's my question. Also, I always forget which button is the fast travel. Ah, tab. Okay. Let's go to, I think the gymnasium is the closest to the... Oh no, the engineering building should be pretty close. I want to see if we can actually go fishing again, because we only get a certain amount of times in the morning. I'm curious if it resets by the evening. Oh? Maybe? Yes, it does! I was right! Oh! Ooh! I'm glad I checked! Alright, we got hit. Right. What we got?
Caught one!
Go. Well, SpongeBob is such an amazing show, Gregor. I'd highly recommend it. Oh, we're starting with writing E. Interesting. They're trying to mix it up. That doesn't matter, because we got that crab.
Caught one!
Oh, Mr. Krabs, is that you? Oh, I remember that episode, Copper Mendelson. That was an amazing episode. Such an amazing parody of superhero films. Or just superhero stuff in general. Krakatoa! Come on, Krakatoa.
Not bad.
I'm surprised there would be crabs here, because this isn't like a... This looks like it would be a freshwater lake, not like a saltwater area. And I messed that up. Oh, I remember that. Of course, Copper Nicholson, of course. Yep.
Not bad.
Yep, exactly. That's the episode record. It's all because he just had a large-size Ice Krabby Patty. But the irony is, by the end of the episode, he couldn't actually finish it. But that wasn't the point. It was all the principle of respect, and that's why the episode was so cool. That, of course, all the superhero references, that made it fun, too. And I am curious, is there anything else we can do besides... I think I might have asked this before, but I'm curious if we can fish at both areas in one go, or if it's like you just get 5 per, we'll say, cycle. Yep. Oh no, we can fish both times in a row. No, never mind, no we can't. Darn it. Hello, who are you? Light Lord the Third? Yep, that's what my brother calls himself. He set off to Crossbow with his fancy Elite Four, and became the champion of the Johto region. He sounds funny. If by funny you mean weird. Apparently Kenneth doesn't like Pokemon, even though he's using a fishing rod. Why? Alright, what can we trade here? So there's Mute. There's that, which is useless. Yeah, I feel like mute would be good. Oh wait, we mixed in. You up for some fishing? Oh, that's good to hear. Glad you're coming back to you, Drakor. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for the day, since I don't think there's anything else we can do. So let's head to the dorms. I didn't see any side quests either, so... Ooh, pretty. That's pretty funny, Comprehensilson. That's the origin of the catchphrase. Krakatoa! And Toa's like, hey! I guess I did see that. And maybe because Krakatoa, overworked himself too much, it led to some bad things, and that's why Toa has that, advice for Ring. Boom! Lore extended. Okay, now, if I just hold the sword and the stabber like this for a really, really long period of time, hopefully it'll store enough potential energy for me to cut that flame off. Let's test that theory. 3, 2, 1. Ah! It worked.
Not bad. But I don't think I can manage much more than this. I guess I should just be grateful I was able to pass the beginner examination at all.
Yeah, honestly, Ring, you got knocked down a lot during this challenge run. Better do some studying. I don't think the studying's your issue here, Rain. I think you just... You need to get that stronger.
It sounds like this is going to be a busy week. What with that ominous practical exam looming over us.
Oh, that's right. Could we have gone to the library to study or something?
I do have that radio from George here. We had that Orbital radio back home, too. Never knew they made them this small, though. Let's see. Which station is Radio Trista? Ah, there we go.
I'm very curious, though.
It's 9 p.m. and you're listening to Radio Trista.
Wait a minute, that's not the announcer we've heard before.
Welcome. Don't touch that dial, listeners. You found the right place to be tonight. It's time for the start of a brand new program here on Radio Trista, coming at you promptly every
here we
Sunday.
go.
I call it Abend time, after the word for evening. Might be a little cliched, but sometimes simple is best, right? Cliches are cliches.
Wait,
for a
Abend
reason,
means
after all.
evening. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Anyway, my name is Misty, and I'll be your host. Hopefully I'll get to feature some famous guests at some point, so be sure you tune in every week or you might miss them.
You know, she's got a pretty nice voice. This might be good to leave on in the background while I'm working.
I
Nice
hope
music.
life has been treating all of you well this month as we slowly near the end of April. Here in Trista, the beautiful lino flowers have passed their peak and begun to wilt.
That'd be funny, Copper Nicholson.
But wilting flowers are beautiful in their own way, as they serve to remind us just how fleeting this existence truly is.
Wow, that's deep.
I'm sure many of our listeners are students, busy with the challenges of adjusting to their new lives. But what harm is there in taking a moment to admire nature every now and again? It's good for what ails you, I say.
Hello, Cladvilliers. Thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Oh dear. My inexperience with this game is definitely showing, since I don't know if we have to study or something. Hey, the Arstar, thank you so much for dropping by. How are you doing? Misty apparently is one of the announcers on the radio.
Let's get your practical exam started, shall we?
Ooh, you have 2 games you can play. What games are those, Cladvilliers? If it's alright to ask. And you have to study only on one single day. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, I see.
To be completely clear from the outset, this exam is about more than just testing your physical
Oh, wait,
strength
never
and
mind.
stamina.
The exam is a duel. My bad.
It's designed to hone in on how capable you are of making strategic combat decisions on the fly.
It's designed to make sure that all of you who are trying to complete this challenge run are going to fail miserably, and I get to watch. Don't worry, I made popcorn.
Defeating your opponent quickly is a good thing, certainly, but it won't be enough to score you high marks here.
I think Toa would easily surpass the mantle of Captain Magma, Copper Nicholson. Oh, really? I didn't know about that, Cloud Villiers. Thanks for the tip. I'm guessing you played this game before?
Interesting.
So we're going to have to use our heads for this one, huh?
And read some books. Okay. I see. So it is worthwhile to, like, go to the library, see if you can read some books, and talk to random teachers. I got it.
You'll see. And Reen, Elliot, Gaius, you're up first. Please step forward.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cloud Villiers.
Right.
I had a moment where,
Got it.
where one of my hard drives died, like, last year, and that was a real pain to fix, for sure. So, I feel that, Cloud Villiers, and I wish you the best of luck with getting that all fixed. You can make any preparations you deem necessary before beginning the practical exam. Opening the camp menu will customize equipment and ornaments will save your progress. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, just use one save here, and it's blank. Oh, that's funny. You Cloud Villiers. What do we got here? Yeah, equipment, what's that? Exactly, because in Laundry Percent, we don't get to change our equipment. This is all we get. We're not allowed to change it. But we can mess around with our quartz, so... Can I put anything here? I can! What is this? Amidst a time-space shaking pulse. What? When did I get this? I mean, I'll take it, but... No thank you, Cloud Villiers. This is mostly a blind playthrough, so I'm trying to... try to keep myself at... If I remove evade and put that there... Well, no, that doesn't solve that issue. Yep. Oh, my apologies, Gregor. I did not see the read the message as written, though. To be fair, it didn't show up in the activity feed for some reason. If you want to repost the message, I will gladly read it again, Gregor. Good question, Smurfykins. By having friends who have played the game before and asking them non-spoilery questions. So, for all those of you who know Seven Sice... Oh, that's a fair point, Gregor. Alright. Actually, general rule of thumb, chat. If you guys have any requests for characters to add to the read a message as meme challenges, by all means post it in the Discord. I'd be interested to hear them, because we are starting to get a big cast of characters here. I'm curious as to who would be would make sense for that. I guess I could see Reen. Also, hey Smurfykins, welcome! How's it going? Alright, fair enough, Cloud Villiers. I'll ask you for some tips if I feel like I'm getting stuck somewhere. But just definitely no spoilers. I want to be as blind to what's to come as possible. Anyway, I think we're pretty well set here. Or as ready as we're ever going to be. Let's just make sure our tactics... Oh, we almost forgot to link. That would have been bad. So, if I had to guess, if we're fighting humans, they're probably weak to magic. Therefore, let us link... No. Let's set link here. Probably not. Copper Nicholson, probably not. Sure, Gregor, I can do a read impression, though, in general, in the future, I think it'd be better just to make the suggestion and then try to add it. So, by all means, Gregor. Yeah, exactly, Rickborg. But Summon Dice is usually the Cold Steel expert for us. She's played so many of the games, and she knows a lot about it. Fair enough, Cloudvilliers. Well, thank you for dropping by, though. I really do appreciate it. Oh, wow, it's 1 in the morning. Yeah, get some sleep. But thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have an awesome night. And a great rest of your week. Alright, now let's see if we can pull off this battle.
All right, then.
This should be amusing.
Here we go.
Alright, Reed, since the school couldn't kill you, let's see if your students can. If your classmates can. Oh, never mind. I should just use this instead.
What's that?
That's called a battle droid. They're usually the ones fighting the clones here.
A monster?
No, I'm not sensing any life coming from it at all.
That's right. Think of it like a scarecrow. Only it's a moving scarecrow, I guess. Either way, it's not alive.
That's not how that works, Copper Nicholson. Yes. Exactly, the Archguy. The Separatists have arrived! We always...
I've set its parameters fairly high, though, so it is formidable. But if you give it your all, I'm confident you can beat it. Probably.
Yeah, probably. I'm just going to stay at about 50 feet back.
Make good use of your Arcus's combat link abilities, for example, and I bet it'll be a piece of cake. Hint, hint.
SSC, yeah, enough tutorials already. Oh my goodness, that's a big message. I need to pause for a second. Let's see what we have to read here. Read a message. Read a message as Rain. Yes, of course I'll help you with paperwork, President Toa. I'll help you anytime you need. I'll do paperwork until day turns into night, and then back into day again. I'll do it rain or shine, under the snow if necessary. I'll do it even inside the dungeons if need be, with sword on one hand and pen on another. I just hope that one day I'll figure out the documents and forms necessary to apply for a spot in your heart. Da. That was so cute, Gregor. Thank you very much for posting that. Rand, if you'd say that to me in our next tea time, that would absolutely melt my heart. Now, as for a guy's voice, I see someone has messaged us in chat.
So that's what you're playing at.
Oh, it's a very unique looking battle.
All right, begin.
Bring it on!
Ooh, nice music too. Meet the following condition. No one is knocked out during the battle. Alright, Reen, that means you have to go to the other side of the stool because you are always the first one to get knocked out on these things.
Go!
Alright, well let's do the wombo combo.
Leave it to me!
My turn.
So first we got the strength up. Alright, we have this too, which could be fun. So, normal strat for just anything I do thus far has been Reen does motivates, Elliot does resounding beats, and then we basically have Gaius play the sort of tank that slash distraction. And usually it's Gale's finger that we use. However, I'm not entirely sure what this thing's gonna be weak to. Now, do I still have Analyze on? Oh, I don't. That's right. I had to, let's go there, Strike. I'm curious. A Van of Virtue. I'm guessing that's the normal strat cloud of Villiers. Oh, he missed! Get countered. Oh, weak to physical. In that case. Let's do an Autumn Leaf Cutter.
There!
Unleash Rain.
Leave it to me.
Alright, and now that we have an opportunity here, let's go with Detector.
Analyze an enemy.
Make them unbalanced. Ow.
Go!
Now. You know what? Let's try Soul Blur amidst a space-time shaking pulse.
Alright.
And now, as for you, my good sir. Rust! Bow! Let's go. Raid! I swear. Okay, that wasn't bad.
My turn.
This has a lot of EP though. Let's try fire.
Activate.
Right.
Now he's unbalanced. I'm thinking... do
Arcus
upgrade.
activate.
Okay, fire's okay.
Alright.
Oh, it's doing something special. Should probably move out of the way. Let's... Oh, Elliot's in a bad spot. Elliot, no! I know, Clavillers. No, we failed!
Go!
Well, we failed. Gosh darn it, now I have to restart. Oh, we can just revive? Okay. Really? But he fainted! Okay, in that case... Elliot! I'm not close enough to revive.
There!
Ooh, Redcore, thank you so much for finishing the community challenge. I really appreciate it. In that case, I think, not this Friday, but next Friday. So, next Friday, the 19th, I think it is. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll have another, Crosscode OWSP hosting DLC stream. Well, here's the thing. If it turns out it doesn't, I'll just redo the fight, which is... no Smurfigans, I have not. I'm purposely trying to keep it a blind playthrough for other streams. Now, Gaius, I need you to revive. For the last reviving balm, don't waste it.
Thanks.
Ow, that thing hits hard. Alright, just keep attacking. We need,
My turn.
we need another motivation rain.
Alright.
I need you. Drop the beat, Elliot.
Give it up.
Ow.
It's my turn.
Ooh, we got stun off. That's good. That's really good. Let's go with another Soul Blur. No! Come on! Raid! Oh, we're all going to die, so... Unless we somehow get off of Petrify. Oh, that did surprisingly well.
I'm sorry.
Well, we messed up.
Alright.
I wish I could... I wish there was some way I could just, like, I don't know, press a button to escape and... We're gonna fail this. This is gonna be miserable. It's all to you, Dias. Yeah, we're so done. We already failed. We are doing this again, chat. Don't worry, don't worry. This will be just like the Apollo fights in Crosscode. Mission failed. Let's try that again.
If it's a
My turn.
All right. Well, this is definitely interesting. I'll leave it at that. Oh, Leaf Cutter can stop abilities. In that case, we are spamming Leaf Cutter. Because... that's for the tip flap players. Alright, drop the beat.
Give it up.
It's my turn.
And since we learned that this can unbalance, there we go!
We're open.
Rust!
I'll take you up.
Pow!
You're mine. Here we go.
Not that I'm aware of Copper Nicholson.
There.
My turn.
That's unbalanced. INS, let's go.
You're mine. It's my turn.
Go for that counter. Yell Stinger. Yes, Rust.
I'll take you up.
My turn. There.
My turn.
Uh-oh. Well! Rain's about to die again. Unless there's any way I could... Move.
Leave it to me.
Right, anything that can unbalance her. I wonder if it's when it says unbalance, will that like cancel his attack? How did I manage to do what Cloud Villiers?
We're open.
Oh, I got a stun off. I'm not sure if that matters though, since it's kind of winding up its attack. No, it didn't. Of course it didn't. Ow. Wait, we're alive? Okay, never mind, we're alive. Let's go. Green, keep the motivation up.
All right. Let's.
Right.
And Elliot. That thing unbalanced. It is, for now. Ow.
All right.
Oh, Feint is stunned. Okay. Good to know. Well, unbalance is still dead because of loves that follow-up attack. Sleep is sleep, yep.
My turn.
Alright.
There.
Right.
Alright, Elliot. Let's at least attempt to put this thing to sleep. It's probably not gonna work. Yeah, it didn't work. Oh well.
Here we go. There.
Oh, come
My
on!
turn.
They always does this at the worst times. Hey, Green Tea Wasted, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Well, rip rain. Or not. Oh, I see Cloud Failure, so it's like it stops regular attacks but not specials. Okay. Got it. Actually, no, we need to drop the beat.
Keep it up, everyone!
It's my turn.
Alright, you. You stay away from my raid.
They're open!
I'll take you up!
Not yet.
Alright, I know if this thing gets rain, we're donezo, so... Oh, I can't even move, can I? Well, that stinks. I don't have heal on me anymore, darn it. Alright, the only thing I can think of then is... Wow, that move is terrible!
There!
Right on the other side of it, I guess. I can't believe Green's alive! Come on, finish it! Let's go! We met the condition! We didn't get soft locked! I know Tears heal. But is it enough is the real question. We beat the train, dummy. Yes, it's definitely Petcore. We proved we're not... AP increased by 1, we did it! Let's go!
We won.
Look how disappointed Elliot looks. He's just like, guys, don't ever make me do that. Guys, don't ever make me do that again. I had to use time dilation to save us. We won.
Don't know how, though.
Yeah, don't know how. We didn't upgrade our equipment at all.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I was hoping you would come back for that, but
Excellent use
I
of
guess
combat links, too.
that's what happened.
Seems like the practice you got in the old schoolhouse really paid off.
Seems like you all know that there's only really one combination hit of boost that actually works this early in the game. Good job.
It just may have.
Cloud Villiers, this is on Nightmare mode. And we started it at the lowest, you know, we started with nothing. You thought this wasn't Nightmare mode? Look at the description of the stream. This is definitely Nightmare mode.
Oh?
Oh?
Have those three been training in secret?
All right, on to the second group.
Alright, well, since Reed didn't bite the dust today, maybe he'll get lucky with the rest of you.
Laura, Emma, Eustace, come forward.
And that'll all happen off screen, because we don't have the budget for that. Fair enough, Cloud Villiers. I'm guessing Chapter 3 has like a really hard boss or something. If it does, no spoilers. That's me speculating.
That was tougher than I thought it would be. It does seem like combat links are the key to fighting it effectively, though.
That's rather unfortunate.
Okay, Eustace. Okay.
Instructor, may I ask a question? What exactly was that marionette we just fought?
Alright, fair enough, Cloud
Yeah,
Villiers.
that thing was weird. Machine, maybe? Never seen anything else like it.
I haven't seen any battle droids like that before.
Just a little something I got roped into working with a while back. I'd rather not use it if I don't have to, but I can't deny it serves as a valuable function, and it's rather customizable too.
And you know why? Because I used to work for the Separatists and develop battle droids.
I mean, it did its job quite well during our test, didn't it?
I
get the feeling there's a whole lot she'd rather not tell us.
And don't worry, before the final boss, I expect you to beat a super ultra meta droid that even Dr. Robotnik it would be envious of.
Anyway, that brings this month's practical exam to an end. But as you might recall, I told you I had a big announcement for you today, too. Are you all ready to hear what it is?
Just imagine everyone just says no. Aw, please no, what a pain.
I'll give you a hint. It's about a special part of Class 7's curriculum.
You already threw us into the old schoolhouse twice, Sarah. What more could there be?
Give up? It's really bugging you now, isn't it? Well, I'll come clean. The special task you're about to be assigned is none other than a field study.
And guess what? We're in a field, and the study starts right now. Everyone's just like, what?
Study?
Oh, I don't like the sound of this one bit.
You'll be split into 2 groups, A and B, and each sent to a different location. And while you're there, you'll be given a number of tasks to complete. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Sounds like homework.
We only just got to the academy, and we're already being sent somewhere else?
Will you not be coming with us, instructor?
Oh, of course not. It'd be much too easy for you if I were there to bail you out every time the waters of life came seeping in.
Instructor, if I might ask, you weren't there to bail us out when we went into the school twice. Hush down,
You gotta
Gaius.
be cruel to be kind and all that.
Well, I'm certainly not opposed to a challenge if it allows me to advance my training.
Instructor Valentine, where exactly will we be going, and when?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that either. You're going to have to find your way back to this academy. Good luck.
Ah, yes, about that. As I said, you'll be split into 2 groups, A and B. Each of you, please come forward and take one of these to see how the groups have been divided and where each is being
Yo,
sent.
cool world too. Thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going, man?
Huh?
Green, Elisa, Laura, and Elliot. We're going to a market town, and everyone else is going to a spinning... What is a spinning town? What? It's gonna make me dizzy, isn't it? I'm already not liking the sound of this.
What?
And I have to be with him? Oh, come on!
Well, these are certainly some interesting groupings.
Well, at least I still hope that's a statue in a... Yeah, right, Reed?
Keldic and Parm. Are they both in Erebonia?
Oh, glad to hear you're doing well, Cool Ball too.
Yeah, Keldic's a market town on the east side of the Empire.
And Parm is situated in the deep south. It's known for its spinners.
But by that, I mean it never stops spinning.
All that way? How irritating.
Thank you, Fee. Thank you for the comic relief.
I'm less worried about where we're going than the utter lack of sense that went into these groupings.
It's as though we can't get away from each other, Eustace. Oh, I agree. I can't stand how much we can't get away from each other.
Unbelievable.
You'll be leaving this weekend, and we'll be out in the field for 2 days' time. Your means of reaching your respective locations will, of course, be by train.
And hopefully nothing will go wrong in transit, because let's face it, whenever there's a train, isn't that what always happens?
So do make sure you're thoroughly prepared, rested, and rearing to go before the big day.
Wait, does this mean we get another free day, or... Alright, how we do? So, AP5, AP4, Ace the History Quiz. Yep, practical exam, we got 4+1, okay, noteworthy loss. Cool, we obtained 19, ranked B7. I have no idea where that puts us. We're just one shy of, like, the next ranked up. Come on! We're right there! Oh, well, I'm sure there'll be more free days. There has to be. There's gotta be. Like, I thought we did pretty much everything I could think of that we could do. The tower. Okay, fair enough, correct door.
You did really well, Reen.
Who was that? Toa, was that you? I forget what Toa's voice actor sounds like. Persona! Story, free day, dungeon, field study. Okay, fair enough, Cloudvilliers. Makes sense. That was... Oh, if that was... so that's even more wholesome.
I still haven't been able to apologize to her. We can't exactly avoid working with one another when we're in the same group.
Or when the fact that the laws of physics didn't seem to apply that day.
I'm sure this is pretty awkward for her too, so I really want to say something, but when am I going to get the chance?
Oh, yes, right now, yep.
Morning, Elisa.
Morning.
You're, early. We don't have to be here for another 20 minutes, you know.
Oh, well, the same goes for you. What time did you wake up?
Oh, I had to wake up... I'm sorry. I had to wake up super early and help Toa with all the paperwork. We have tea and crumpets in the morning. Tea and crumpets? Just for that, Reen, you're getting slapped again. Oh, come on.
Around 5, I think?
Who says is actually true, Cloudvilliers? Alicia or Sarah?
Though, I always try to be up by then.
Oh, really?
Oh, I did it, you're right, Copper Nicholson. Elisa does kinda sorta look like Fischl from Genshin Impact. What if Elisa is Fischl's great granddaughter?
Morning practice?
I won't be surprised.
You haven't joined any clubs, have you? So I guess not.
Alright, fair enough, Cloudvilliers.
How does she know that?
Alright, I would say since we're still, I think, in Chapter 1, don't say too much more on that regard, Cloudvilliers, just as we have a lot more to do. But more stream lore, definitely approve of that. Boom, lore extended.
No, it's just a force of habit. I've gotten used to waking up early. You're in the lacrosse club, right? So I'm guessing you do have to deal with morning practice sometimes.
Yeah, twice a week, apparently.
I also
I'm
have
really sorry.
Alright, there we go. Good. They're finally reconciled. Fair enough, Cloudvilliers.
Well, why are you apologizing?
Oh no. Dev, stop. This isn't the ship. This is not the ship.
That was certainly interesting. But no, I really am sorry. I knew it was just an unfortunate accident from the very beginning. I mean, I was on top of you. I just don't understand how I ended up on top of you when I slid down the slide first. Yeah, me neither. That didn't make any sense. I kind of lost my head, and before I knew it, I'd slapped you. I lost my head trying to think about how the physics didn't make sense. And you had your hands out like you were trying to catch me, right? So if anything, I should be
Yeah, I know, right, Gregor? Yeah, Batsy Game is allowed to an extent. I'd say no spoilers, and I'm allowed to obviously ignore suggestions. Yes, exactly. Come on, dude. Note to self: don't slap people when I fall onto them. Sounds like a pretty good piece of advice. And yeah, I agree, Record. It seems like the devs are really forcing these two, and you know, it's their story. They'll do what they want with it, but I mean, from my perspective, I just don't see it. Like, especially right now. Yes, the ultimate Borat scene. Just telling Antomicx exactly what buttons to press.
Don't worry about it.
To be fair, the devs also did hint a lot at Toa and Ring being a potential ship, which I wholeheartedly approve of.
That trapdoor was obviously designed so we wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah, nobody will do that, right? Right. Yeah, that trapdoor was designed so
we won't get hurt because obviously the laws of physics didn't apply to it.
If I hadn't tried to play the hero, I wouldn't have been pinned under you, and none of this would have happened.
There's no way you could have known that, though.
Yes, Twitch plays Antomicx. It's not I'm playing on Twitch, it's Twitch is playing me. I'm not even sure what that would be.
No matter how you look at it, I'm the one in the wrong here. So, thank you for trying to protect me. And sorry again.
No, it's... I mean...
Alright, fair enough, Raptor. Alright, good, they're being cordial. Now they can finally work together as teammates, as students.
Sorry, I have trouble with these kinds of things. My little sister is always getting on my case for being so easily flustered.
Ah, that's right, Ring
you
does
have
have a
a
little
younger
sister. I forgot about that, but that was in the picture, wasn't it?
That's a question for another time.
You know what? You're right, Kowaltu. That's what Elisa gets for pondering the laws of physics. And technically Ring too, just that scene didn't make sense. I've already ranted about it enough. But Ring slid down second, so why was he on the bottom? I don't understand. Like... Anyway.
I've been trying to apologize for the past couple weeks now. But every time I set my mind to it, I always just wound up avoiding you.
Really? You did try to help me out in class last week, though.
Yo, Nylaw, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Oh, enjoying Dungeons & Dragons? Oh, sounds good, Nylaw. Have fun.
Oh, you noticed.
I would say that Cloud Villiers, except for the fact that that slide was clearly a lot longer than just the trapdoor going down one floor. There must have been at least multiple turns or something.
I was hoping that would give us a chance to talk.
Good question, Copper Nicholson. I'm honestly not sure. Elisa's probably Sandy, if I had to guess.
Though you didn't need my help in the end,
And
so it didn't...
Elliot is SpongeBob for sure. I disagree. A game has to have some kind of logic. I don't mean just from a programming perspective. I mean, whatever the rules are of your worlds, you know, and you can write whatever those rules are, but you have to follow them. If you don't follow your own rules, that actually, you know, takes away from the suspension of disbelief of the player.
I still appreciate the thought.
That just goes for storytelling in general. It's not just a game thing. You have to make sure that whatever rules you decide to go with, you have to follow them. And you have to be an expert on them.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. Anyway...
Now, to be fair, my ranting about the whole slide thing is probably more just an issue with, like, the way everything was animated at the time, and, you know, this is I think this is from 2013 or something. But the point is... in an ideal world, Reen would have slid down first, and we wouldn't have this discussion. Yeah, that's the thing, Rector. I guess I can see that too. Like, right now, it just seems like Elisa is... I'm not sure what spurred this on, because we haven't seen any indication that Elisa was starting to have a turnaround, or at least talking to someone and be like, you know... maybe you were a bit hard on Reen or vice versa or something like that. Like we haven't seen any of that or any indication of that, which does make this scene... It doesn't make it unbelievable. I could see something like this happening, where someone just suddenly has, they have an epiphany, or like, you know what, I gotta make this right, and I gotta make it right now. But... even so, it would have...
Result?
It would have been cool to at least see, like, I don't know, maybe have Emma be like, you know what, I'll go talk to Elisa, I'll calm her down, something like that in an earlier scene, and that would have made it just a little bit more believable. That's all. Ah, I see, Elisa. She was the Twitster, okay? It explains everything. Boom, more extended. She's just faster in general.
What are we talking about now?
Oh, come on! You have to know what I mean!
This is still in regards to the accident in the old schoolhouse, right?
Yes! Specifically the part where your face ended up right in my... you know... and I forbid you from ever thinking about that, ever! Forget it ever happened.
But you just brought it up. Oh, come on. That's not what I mean.
Are we clear?
Level 3 sits at chapter 4. Okay. Good to know, Cloud Villiers. Thank you. Yep. Anime levels original all-time high. Elisa is clearly a... I think the term is tsundere, I want to say.
Yes, perfectly. Trying to avoid thinking about it is just going to make it harder to forget, though.
Come on, Rain. Just think happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Let's see. Where's your happy face? Oh, hi, Rain. You want some tea? There we go.
Huh?
Oh, I see time.
Oh, good morning.
Cloud Villiers, you have no idea the patience I have.
Good morning. A lovely day, isn't it?
You two certainly got here early.
Elliot, no, don't you start.
Looks like you finally managed to make up, too.
And...
Well...
Yeah, I think we're on good terms now. Thanks for your concern.
I'm glad to hear it.
That means you two won't be causing me any problems when we're battling.
It's been a bit trying watching the two of you simmer.
I
these
definitely
past
know it's
weeks.
Cloud Villiers, but just because our SP gain lowers doesn't mean it's 0. And as long as it's not 0, that means we can still, at least in theory, level up if we need to. That's what we had to do to beat the Minos Demon, for example. That thing is level 7, but I made sure to get us up to level 9, and that made it much more doable.
And I know Elisa has been desperate to apologize for her behavior this whole time.
Yeah. I think it's because Laura is kind of more like an authoritative character, so she has a deeper voice to kind of signal that. Be like, now listen here. Like, now listen here. Something like that.
Whoa!
Laura and Ellie, a decent ship? I could see it. Yeah, I could see it, though we'll have to see if they interact more in future cutscenes.
That's only because I thought it would be awkward for two people who aren't talking to work together in the same group. Don't go getting the wrong idea or anything.
It's not like I like him or anything, and it's not like I'm jealous it's a President Toa, since Reen always seems to spend time with her, and not with me.
Whatever you say.
Elisa, we're just classmates, you know. Yes, I know, we're just classmates! It's not like the devs are trying to ship us or something. Who are the devs?
Well, as long as the two of you have smoothed things over, that's what's important.
Yes, exactly, cool too.
Now that we're all here, what say we head out? The train's not due for a while longer, so this could be a good opportunity. We can swing by a few shops and stock up on supplies before heading to the station.
That's a good idea, actually.
Gaius has been a great character so far. I really like his personality. Very upstanding and really reliable ally.
The Academy's facilities are...
Yes, cool too. Idea. Story where two characters know they're fictional and know the creators are trying to pair them together. So, crosscode, right? I'm just kidding. That's not the case, but still.
Oh, that's perfect. We can make use of the engineering club's facilities before we head out, too.
Shall we depart, then?
Shall we depart, then? Laura's voice actress is amazing. That's like, she's doing a great job. Wait, hold on. It's all rare ports and something. Ooh, new party members. They're level 7! Let's go! Wait. I'm no longer the lowest level in the party? Reed, what is this feeling? This is the feeling of being useful, Elliot. This feeling is amazing. Well, I'm very glad that we managed to get past that. But, hold on a minute. I know if we go into town, we're just going to leave. So Toa's the only one around right now. Is this a bonus scene, or is that just saying, hey, everyone else left? Yeah. I will say, Fee has been a fantastic character so far, if nothing else than for all of her hilariously sarcastic comments. Like, almost every time she says something, anytime I see Fee, I look forward to her saying something, and that's a good thing, because it means that she's getting my attention. Alright, let's see. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Intoa. You're awfully early. Well, I've got a lot of work to take care of today. So I might as well get a jump start on it before lessons start. Wow, that's some real dedication. Oh yeah, you have your field study today, right? I'm sure it'll be hard work, but the instructors wouldn't send you off if it wouldn't pay off in the end. Fair enough, cool wall too. For me, when I look forward to a character saying something, it either means A, they're well written, B, they have something, they're really, really hilarious. Or C, I connect with them on some kind of personal level. In Fee's case, it's definitely the second one. She said nothing but hilarious things so far. It just makes it all the more entertaining whenever she pops up in a scene. Alright, fair enough, cool. Clavilliers. Yeah, no worries. Get some sleep. Hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for the tips, and thank you so much for dropping by. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have an awesome rest of your week. I'm sure it'll be hard work, but the instructors wouldn't send you off if it wouldn't pay off in the end. So give it everything you've got, and be sure to tell me all about it when you get back. I can just imagine. Because Alyssa's in the room right now, she'd probably be fuming. Oh, we will. Thanks for the support. He won't let you down. That was sweet. So that was a bonus cutscene. I like that. That was nice. Is there anything more, or is it just going to loop the test? Your field studies will be tough, but I'm sure you'll help you all learn and grow. Go out there, do what you have to do, and come back safe and sound. 200 CP secret arts get a boost. Okay, good to know. Thanks, Clavilliers. Good to know. Anything else we can do here? I vote to the engineering building just because I'm curious. What do you sell here? Okay, so we can buy stuff. Look in the photography room. Oh yeah, you're just really surprised for a second. Fair enough. We have EP charges, which is something, I guess. Master Quartz. I only have 500 Mira? Really? Obtain Sepith from attacks and press. Okay, well, they sell Master Quartz. I think Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but Sepith masses have no purpose either than just being sold for Mira, right? I read that wrong most. Oh no. Fair enough, Brekor. Alright, and... let's see what this is. Obtain Sepith from attached class awkward bleed. Oh wait, is this just Elliot's thing? But if we're obtaining Sepith from attached/traps, that'd probably be a good thing. Alright, fair enough, Lapfellers, and thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate the support. And yeah, if you can't be here that often, that's perfectly okay. Feel free to drop by whenever it works for you. Thanks for the follow, and have a great night. Do I buy? Do I not? Do I buy? Do I not? I really think only Elliot would get any use out of that. Well, hold on. What does Elliot have right now? Elliot! Oh, no, not that. So right now you have 10, and what does this do?
increases the potency of healing arts. Amount healed multiplied by 1.25. Okay, so this is like the healer's thing. Iron. Let's see. You'd buy the archer says? It looks like they have much better stats. Okay. This isn't a weapon cool too, this is something else. Alright, in that case... I mean, yeah, to be fair, if it just costs money, we could always just, let's, get some master quartz. Oh, there's only one. Okay, fair enough. In that case... Can I change this out, or is that not how this works? So, if I were to equip Scepter, what would happen? Would bad things happen? We have Force. Okay, so this is more about ATS, it seems. Other than HP, so definitely much more... Oh, I can! That's interesting. I don't think it really makes as much sense as Force, though, for Rain. But Elliot, on the other hand, our friend here, I don't really see him as much of a healer. He's definitely a support, but definitely not a healer, in my opinion. So... Hold on, what? Wait a minute. This is just worse? It has more strength, but... Ah, right. I see that top layer, so thank you. Right, they have different arts, too. I'm very confused. Apparently we're very close to leveling this up, though. Oh, decisions. The indecision is real, chat. The indecision is real. Seriously, the stats seem way better on this than it does on this, so I'm wondering why we would ever have this unless we're trying to get more Sepith. I mean, I guess having more Sepith can't hurt. Alright, here's my thought, chat. We'll keep Cannon on for now, but if we're ever at a point where we're just grinding, then I'll switch over to Scepter to get more Sepith. I figured, Cloud Villiers, but thank you. Oh, but before I forget, there is something I did want to do. I'm not sure if we can do it now. So, where's the cooking area? Ah, here we are. So how does this work? I want to cook. Let's cook an omelet, why not? And Elliot is the best at this, so...
Hope this turns out okay. This is my specialty.
Ooh, warm-made soup. Cool.
Okay, let's
Reed, Reed! Reed's gonna mess this up, isn't he?
There we go.
Aw, that's disappointing. Let's cook,
Hope this turns out okay. This is my specialty.
Hey, nice. Okay. So we just cooked some soup. I actually think this might be a good place to take a break, chat, just because it is, it's past 7:30, so I'll be right back. Don't worry, guys, I'll be right back. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back. So, hi, Topper Nicholson. How's it going? I'm just going to do a nice quick look around before we continue on, because I am curious if there's stuff we can still do here. Like, can we go fishing, for example? I gotta restart the stream. What? Oh, I think you mean Copper. Copper Nicholson does. Okay. We can't fish. Okay, never mind. My disappointment, it is immeasurable. What about the library? That's the gymnasium. Ah, fair enough, Record, fair enough. Now, I'm just going to do a quick once-over of the areas here, chat, just because it might seem redundant, but I want to make sure we aren't missing any opportunities to do something here. Like, anything of value. Ooh, library. Pretty. Fair enough, Record. I recommend reading Corner on the first. I've seen. Oh, interesting. Okay, so there's some value to using books, I think. What's this? Recommend reading corner. Imperial Railways, a history. The Orbital Revolution of 50 years ago had a profound effect on Erebonia, much as it did on other nations on the continent. Much is made of its impact on weaponry, but I believe its influence on transports was equally noteworthy. Raid! We have a train to catch! Oh, that's right. What else is here? Oh, fair enough, Copper Nicholson. What's this? Ooh. Intriguing. So I guess if I read this stuff, it's going to be... What is this Ice Engineer Factory? Will this be added to my notes? No. Okay. So this is like lore stuff. Cool. Alright, I think that's enough for there. What else we got around here? First I got. We haven't checked out the general store. Let's try that. Just give it your best shot, Copper Nicholson. Yeah, do a night's rest and do what you... And yeah, just try your best. I'm sure you'll do great. Oh, I was told that's everything there is to know about your field studies. Most of the shops also open earlier on the days you're heading out from now on. Take it as our way of saying thanks to the student council for their help. Make sure you're fully stocked and ready to roll before you head out. What do you sell? Okay, cookies, eggs, rock salts. Oh, cool, so this is like cooking ingredients. That's neat. An egg costs 40, cool. Rock salt costs 20. Why salt? Okay, any particular reason why cobalt too? Let me think about this. Where's our eggs? We have warm egg soup and we have simple omelets. Oh, you like salt? Okay, fair enough. We'll buy salt for you, Cobalt, too. How about that? I'm curious. Let's see about this, chat. So, we're not selling that, but where's our... The simple omelet costs 40. Wait. Hold on a second. That doesn't make sense. As if... What? There's no way. Hold on a second. Wait a second. This can't be right. Did the developers not price the cell like the sell price correctly here. Because from what I was seeing there, Force Rot Salt costs, I think, 20, and the egg costs 40. But warm egg soup can be sold for 80. Is that right? Hold on. Let's try... Elliot.
This turns out
Let's do some
okay.
experimenting.
Oh, this looks pretty nice. This is my specialty.
I think Elisa does have a combat bow, the Arch guy. Right now I'm just experimenting, so if we sell... Okay, if we sell our warm egg soup... What do we got? Got 320 mirror. If we sell that... fair enough, the Arch guy. I think that is the case, chat, because if we, you know, if we buy, like, a bunch of eggs and we buy a bunch of salt, so that right there cost us, you know, we start at 750, so keep that in mind, chat. And then if we just use, let's see, we go to, where was it? Note. Go to the recipes, we create some omelets. We have Elliot create
This
them.
turns out okay.
Then we sell them. It's like just one string from the menu. Oh my goodness! Chat. Trails of Cold Steel is officially a perfectly balanced game without exploits. This can't be right! Like, what's stopping us from buying just a bunch of eggs and rock salt and just, you know, taking this to the extreme? Like, this can't be right. I don't understand! Like, no, this can't be right. Like, what? Huh? I don't huh? But no, chat, if that's the case, that's an infinite money exploit. Like, that's not even that hard. It requires 0 effort. Like... Here's the notes.
Hope this turns out okay.
Is that a bug? The numbers aren't changing. No, what's happening, Copper Nicholson, is... Apparently, it seems the cost of buying the ingredients for eggs is lower than the cost to sell it. And bear in mind, we are staying at the exact same shop and we made a profit. Like, what? So this is how the challenge run ends. Oh, what is this power? They might have done this on purpose. Yeah, I mean, Cool 2, maybe, but at the same time, you have to realize that this is a recursive loop. It just keeps getting larger and larger. Like, look at this. We can now afford 10 fresh eggs and 10 Force Rot salts, and we're gonna make another profit. Like, see, we started around 900, and we let Elliot make eggs here. And what happens?
Turns out okay.
And Talon Spencer, that's how we're making it slowly down, but well, we have a trade to catch. I know, right? That is the most perfectly timed message, the Irish guy. Read a message yesterday. It is time to demonstrate the power of exponential growth. Using nothing but eggs. Let's see here. We sell all these. What the heck? Well, we started at close to 500, now we're at 1100, we've done nothing! We have done absolutely nothing! Exponential growth activated! Oh my goodness. This is so wrong. I just imagine Alicia being like, Rain, what? Rain and Elliot, what are you two doing? Well, we're cooking eggs. Why are you cooking eggs? We have a train to catch. But you don't understand, Elisa. With this, we could buy all. With this exploit, we could buy all the trains. Yeah, I know, Beckor, right? This seems like such a massive oversight. Like, seriously, this doesn't make any sense. We can just do this endlessly. There's nothing stopping us.
This turns out okay.
And we don't even have to move. Like, at least in some RPGs, if there's a money exploit to be had, it requires some amount of effort or thought, but this doesn't require any thought. It just requires the right combination of characters to be in the right spot at the right time. Yeah, exactly, Rekko. If there's like stamina or something, I can understand it, but there isn't. We can just do this infinitely. I don't understand. Like... Yeah, I know, right? Well, I'll do it. It just feels like there's always at least one funny thing that happens, but this is just ridiculous. Like now we're at the point of cooking 20 eggs. This is exponential growth. Find the rock salt. Having Elliot cook. I'm getting bored over here. Don't we have a train to catch? I just imagine like Elliot and Reed set up like a table, like a little kitchen in this general store. They're cooking eggs, and Elisa is just putting her hand on her forehead, just being like, "What are these two idiots doing? Like, come on." Elliot's gonna buy cooking eggs for us. Oh, I don't know what to tell you, Copper Nicholson.
Turns out okay.
Like, I can't be the first person to discover this. I doubt that, because this seems like such a massive oversight. Like, this has to have been discovered before, hasn't it? Like, there's no way the community doesn't know about this. You know what? That is actually pretty ironic, Hopper Nicholson. Real talk, I actually don't like eggs very much. Besides, like, you know, waffles and pancakes, I just don't like eggs. I don't like scrambled eggs and nothing like that for whatever reason. Just never really have liked it. And yet, here, eggs seem to be the key to wealth here. I mean, I've heard of... I'll look it up. Okay, the community does know! Okay, thank you for Watsu. It must not have been that hard to find, honestly, considering... I mean, it's just basic math here, like... Alright, Elliot,
turns out okay.
It's all up to you.
Oh, this looks...
Yeah, the exploit! Yes, this is an exploit! Alright, let's sell this. Max egg soup. And just like this, boom! So I what is this? Exploiting exponential growth. I love all the egg puns. Keep them coming, Cole. All two, keep them coming, chat. We're going to bankrupt this store. Like, I want them to turn us away. Like, imagine if we just cause massive inflation to occur at this in this town just because we completely oversaturate the market with eggs. Like, I wouldn't put it past us at this point. We're not cracked open the economy yet. Alright, Elliot, do your thing. I thought I was supposed to be a healer, not a cook. You are many things, Elliot. But right now, you are a cook. You are a way to
to reach infinite amounts of wealth. Yeah, I wonder what the shopkeeper's gonna do with all these dried eggs he's buying for these teenagers that he just met. Okay, that's pretty good, Copper Nicholson. That's pretty good. Maybe the shopkeeper really loves omelets. He can't get enough of them. Oh my goodness. And now we're at 3,000. This is insane. Alright, so we need that. Let's buy... Can we afford that much? I think we can. We're gonna buy 50 eggs. And 50 coarse rock salts. Yep, we're literally putting all our money into eggs. Raised chickens. No, Copper Nicholson, that would be way too inefficient. Like, when the generals... It clearly seems the general store must have such a massive stockpile of this. Yeah, that's true, Record. It does look pretty healthy and in shape, but even that...
This is my specialty.
Who is going to eat, like, 50 bowls of warm-made soup? Like, seriously. Exercise, yes. Hey, Dr. Sputnik, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Apparently, we've discovered a giant exploit. Or, I shouldn't say discovered. It seems the community knew about this for a while, but... This is a thing. So... Apparently, you don't have to be good at fighting monsters in this game to be really, to get a lot of money. You just need to be able to buy mass amounts of eggs. Exactly, an infinite money exploit. Buy the fresh eggs, buy the coarse rock salt, and just let Elliot do all the work. Alright. Yes, an egg extravaganza. Alright, now we go to the notes. We cook everything. And we let Elliot do it.
Hope this turns out okay.
So many eggs. I wish shop was the first thing and not talk, but oh well. Yep, an egg extravaganza, exactly, Record. Yeah, I know. If I missplit it, made someone else turn instead, we'll lose so much money so fast. Like, that's why we have to be very careful with this. We buy... Wait, can we go for... Actually, no. I think yes, it's cost 20. We'd need to have... Yeah, alright. So, 80 fresh eggs, and... 80 coarse rock salt. What's the exploit, Dr. Sputnik? Apparently, it costs less to buy eggs and coarse rock salt than it does to sell it if you have Elliot cook the eggs and coarse rock salt into a warm egg soup. Which means that Elliot must be the best cook in the world because we're getting infinite money like this. So, let me demonstrate. We just set Matt's eggs. Then we give Elliot...
Is that okay?
We have Elliot cook it. We get mass quantities of warm egg soup. Then we just go back here. And to Vista Jedi, who we just bought this stuff from, to buy it all back in Cook's form. And boom goes the dynamite. Look how much money we made. I mean, that's how Copper Nicholson, yes, but that actually takes time. This takes no time. I'm not sure why it's egg soup. I've never had that ever either, Drekor, but apparently it's a thing. According to this game, at least. Alright. Yo, we have enough to do 99 at a time. This is ridiculous. Or exactly 99 because we had, hold on. Elliot, do the thing. Okay. Oh, interesting. Cool, too. Alright, Elliot.
Hope this turns out okay.
This is so ridiculous. Alright, so we're gonna break 10,000
and Mira before even going in on our first field study. Oh, that's really interesting, Copper Nicholson. Thanks for sharing. Let's buy a 99. And 99 Force Rock Salts. Keep cooking, Elliot. I'm cooking as fast as I can.
Hope this turns out okay. Oh, this...
We've broken 10,000, but it's not gonna stop. Green, do you think maybe you should stop? You're going to run this general goods store out of business at this rate. Alright, now we get the Force Rot Salt. 8 soup in the game for simplicity's sake? Maybe Repor. That's right. Look, I mean, it's not like the exponential growth stops. We could buy more. I just don't want to overbuy and lose, and potentially, like, lose out on efficiency here.
Hope this turns out okay.
It seems to be about a 10% chance to, from what I'm seeing, to make that, the fluffy eggs, I think. Now we sell it all back. And profit. I know, right? The other side, we can still make a big profit, it seems here. Like, this is way more than we get just by grinding. So, 99 Force Rock Salts. And 99 fresh eggs. Lots of secret idea where Rita and Elliot just drop out the Italian store of a restaurant. I wouldn't put past them at this point. They seem to be remarkably efficient. I mean, Elliot has churned out, like, what? Over 500 egg soups in less than 10 minutes. Elliot's, like... That's an insane amount of efficiency. Honestly, Elliot could feed the entire army of Planet France here. Just on egg soup. And still make a profit. I'm pretty sure it's Planet Transcool too, at least according to the stream lore. Or what will eventually become Planet France. It might not be Planet France yet. This is just ridiculous. What have we done? Alright, you know what? Let's go to 20,000, okay? Let's go to 20,000 and then I just enjoy our earnings. It's 20,000, you know, it's a nice number. And I also think it's way more than we'd ever need at this point in the game, from what I can tell. Do that. We'll just go to omelets. Cook everything. Alright, Elliot, do it.
Turns out okay.
I know, right? The other side, we have so much stuff with chunks left over. Like, if there's any way to exchange money for stuff, this would be absolutely busted. Like... we're already past 10k, Drekor. I'm thinking 20k would be just for... so we have backup stuff. Yeah, we seem to be getting close to a bit over 2,000 each time, so... We'll be there in a jiffy. Honestly, I feel like the name of the stream archive at this point is going to be the exponential growth with the word egg or something like that, or an exploit or something like that. Like, this is what the stream has become. We all thought we were playing in a game about anime characters in an anime school trying to learn valuable life lessons into the military, but no, this is just a cooking simulator.
Hope this turns out okay.
Now we sell everything. And the other thing, Chad, is if we ever find ourselves lacking, like really feeling low on money, as long as we have Elliot in our party, we can just do this over and over again. Cooking! Yes, we've heard of Cooking Mama. Now get ready for Cooking Elliot. Yes! So much, yes. There needs to be a Cooking Elliot video game. It'll make the profits for this exploit skyrocket even further. Fair enough, Copper Nicholson.
Hope this turns out okay.
Alright, and shop. And sell. Oh, sell everything. Alright, almost there. One more. One more round. Please, make it stop. I feel like my arms are going to fall off. I've been making so much egg soup. Don't worry, Elliot. You can do it. I believe in you. Aw, well thanks, Ring. But what exactly are we accomplishing? We're getting reserve funds. Reserve funds? Okay. Well, I hope this last batch turns out okay.
Hope this turns out okay.
Alright, and I think... Alright, there we go, chat. We're well over 20,000 Mira. I think... Is it Mira or Sepa? We're well over 20,000 funds. I think we're fine. Though we are out of eggs. Just for safekeeping. Oh, come on, Ring. You've been cooking way too many eggs. I just want to make 10. Is that so unrealistic? Just to have it, have as reserve. Oh, no worries, the Arch guy. Oh, you're an archer in real life. That's really cool, the Arch guy. I used to use a bow and arrow when I was in Boy Scouts. You know, they'd have like a range set up, and you could use a bow and arrow on some targets. It was a lot of fun. Now, one last cut. Elliot. I thought I was done. This is just to have in reserve for us. Oh, okay.
Hope this turns out okay.
Really? I had no idea about that, rep board. That's definitely a history tidbit I never would have known before. Alright, sir. So, how does it feel to have had your store almost completely be bought out by just eggs and such? Feels awful. You kids are the worst. I'm going to go bankrupt at this point. I'm just kidding. I'll be able to sell this egg soup at an even higher profits, and donate the rest of to any future war efforts. You've done good. You've done good. Can we finally get to the train station? I feel like our train has been waiting for us for almost 5 hours. How do we even get there? Ah. To the train station. Artists to the cafe and inn. Away! Alright. And here we go. Enter Trista Station, yes. Is it just me, or does something smell like breakfast? I think that's me. Sorry, everybody. It's fine, Brector. It's cool to hear about history. I actually really like talking about history. Good morning, everyone. Or I should say good afternoon. It's been a really long time. Where have you people been? And, is that... why does someone smell like egg soup? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just cooking, eggs all morning. Oh, you were? Wait, what were you doing cooking eggs all morning? Oh, well, Elliot figured out how macroeconomics works. Anyway, are you all preparing to leave as well? Morning. With how long you people were taking to get here, I could have slept in. I blame you, Rain. Well, for once it is actually my fault, but I'll take... Yeah. Must protect, yes. Though more likely Fee has to protect all of us, because even though she's always trying to fall asleep, she probably could just destroy anything that gets in her way. You're all good to go then? Yes, farm is quite a distance from here, and it's far too far away from you, Alicia. What was that? Nothing. We're not likely to arrive before evening. Just, give me a call if you have some free time. Considering its relative location, that seems to be an accurate estimate. I guess it is the southernmost town in Erebonia. Makes you realize just how big the Empire is. But, exactly. She just doesn't feel like using more than 1% of her power at any given time. Exactly, the Archguide. Fee is all the superheroes, Copper Nicholson. That's why she's always so tired. Like, even right now, you see just that glazed look in her eyes. Like, she wants to take a nap. They're still at it, huh? Have they been at like this entire time? I'm afraid so. And it's almost the end of the morning, too, so, you know. Will those two get a room already? Or, I guess in this case, a separate train compartment? My goodness. I'm never going to be able to sleep with all their bed rate. They sound like an old married couple. I think we may have underestimated how deeply rooted their differences are. I'm sick of them already. Is that a smud face from P? Like the tiniest little smud face? Or is that just a frown? I can't tell. If only they were as willing to put aside their differences as Rena and Elisa. Oh, now that you mention it, I guess you were finally able to make up with them, huh? Like we talked about. I'm so proud of you, Elisa. Maybe I should buy you dinner at some point. You want to buy me dinner? Wait, what? Nothing. It's not like we were getting along that poorly. That's funny, Copper Nicholson. Exactly, too much work, the Archdive. Too much work. Besides, we haven't known each other long enough to call it making up. Yeah, we really haven't. Alicia's right. We really haven't known each other long enough. We're just acquaintances. And classmates. That's not what I meant. That's good news, Reed. Exactly, Copper Nicholson. The super acquaintances, yes. Well done. I'll give you all a golf clap. Now someone bring in my portable mattress. I need some sleep.
Thanks, I guess. Why does everyone have to keep making such a big deal out of it? Why do... Elisa... What? You're the only one making a big deal about this. I am not! Sorry. Passenger service bound for Helmdar, now arriving on platform 2. This is the 4th train bound for Helmdar. If you missed the morning express, well, shame on you. We ask that all customers utilizing this service please wait on the platform until the train has come to a complete stop. Time to go. Well, best of luck, though there's hoping you don't need it. And those two to work together sure doesn't seem like it'll be an easy task. We'll do what we can. Good luck to all of you. Please take care. It's our first field study. Let's show them what we're made of. Yeah, of course. Later. Here comes the train. It's literally just like a 3D model moving straight forward, but that's fine. It works. Wonder if they'll be okay. Well, as long as Emma and Dias are with them, things shouldn't get too out of hand. Now, Fee, I have absolutely no idea what to expect from her. Sleeping? Yeah, probably sleeping. She really doesn't seem like the type to cause a ruckus. She really doesn't seem like the type to cause a ruckus, at least. I'm concerned for them as well, but I believe we should be focusing on our own trials right now. You're right. Let's go buy our tickets. Wait, Rain, you didn't buy our tickets yet? This is the last train bound for Helmdar today. What were you thinking? And just Rain's mind is just thinking eggs. Anywho. What's in here? The train tracks. Imagine if Matilda is like, your tickets cost 20,000 in Mira, pay up! That's the power of inflation, and you students! And your destination today is Eldritch? Yes, that's right. Yes. Yes, they're ready and waiting for us. I suspect Instructor Sarah will make considerable preparations on our behalf. Yes, exactly, Record. They can just all retire by selling that soup to as many shopkeepers as they can find. Sure looks that way, not that I'm complaining. The train for Keldich will be departing from Platform 1. It's not due just yet, but you can buy your tickets in advance if you'd like and wait for its arrival. Oh, wait a minute, that would have been accurate this morning. Very good. That's 4 passengers bound for Keldich. I'll have those moments for you in just a moment. Passenger service bound for we ask that all passengers wishing to board please wait on the platform. That was auto text. Ooh, we're off. Let's go. Yeah, I know, right, Copper Nicholson? Elliot must be a fantastic chef when it comes to eggs. So it's about an hour to Keldon from here, right? Yes, I believe so. I had to change trains there when I originally came to Trista. Oh, right, you're from Legram. That would be in the direction of Erahard after changing at Keldon, right? That's correct. After which point it would be necessary to switch again at Berhard. Alright, fair enough, cool, well too. It's situated in a very remote part of the country. Well, you could say the same for where I come from. As I understand, Keldon's mostly known as a merchant town, right? Oh no! Reed, don't you dare think about the eggs again! Yeah, that's been their main source of tourism for some time, mostly thanks to the Grand Market. Couldn't hurt to go over for what we know about the town before we get there. Ooh, that's a pretty area. As Elliot stated, Keldon is a market town at its core. It's in the eastern province of Cruzen and has been a major trading hub for a very long time. It's where all the eggs come from. It's also a major interchange station, connecting Hamdar with Varhard and even Crossbow. Wait a minute, I just realized something. Chat, you know where eggs come from, right? Eggs come from chickens, and you know what chickens are used for, right? Fried chicken. And you know who the principal of the school is, right? Colonel Sanders. Which means we are learning the secret techniques from Colonel Sanders to make an entire profitable franchise. Boom! Lord Standard. The area itself is known for having a very large number of granaries, though this has of course been overshadowed in recent years by the aforementioned Grand Market. I know, right, the Archguy. Virtually anything can be procured there, from farm produce, jewels, and barehead forests to imported goods from afar, and of course, eggs. That does sound awfully impressive. I'm kind of looking forward to this now. I would be too, if I knew we'd actually have a chance to take in the sights. But Elisa, this is supposed to be a work study. We're not going to have time to look at anything or anyone. Hush now! Yes, KFC is trying to take over the world by commandeering a military academy and crashing the economy with eggs. No. But there's just no telling what kind of crazy thing Instructor Sarah has planned for us. Boy, isn't that the truth. Before we know it, she's going to try to send us to the bottom of that old school again, isn't she? That's right. I can't even hazard a guess as to what this field study might involve. Being part of our curriculum, though, it's a safe bet to assume it won't be easy. If it works, it would hardly be worth the trip. Unless unless Sarah just couldn't stand us at the moment, because, well, you didn't die during that training. I'm going to pretend I didn't say that. Since we all know Sarah has been trying to put us into unnecessarily dangerous situations for a while now. It just seems par for the course at this point. Maybe Copper Nicholson, maybe. Well, personally, I'm looking forward to learning the true nature of our excursion. Copper Nicholson, no. I suppose that is a good way to look at it. Well, we'll find our answer when we get there. We're supposed to drop by the inn as soon as we arrive. There should be an envelope waiting for us there with the details on our mission. Yeah, that's right. Still, this whole trip seems eerily well planned out, don't you think? Even the station employees knew we were coming. Oh no, they do! It's all set up! They're setting us up. That just goes to show how high the Academy's expectations are for all of you. Who is that? What?! No! Whoa! That's right! I said I wasn't coming in on this trip, but guess what? I lied! I just can't wait to see all the fireworks. Instructor? I was wondering why you were nowhere to be seen this morning. Looks like Group A is all present and accounted for. Good, good! Means I'll have plenty of time to steal all that mirror you made off of selling eggs. And I'm relieved to see the two of you who have finally managed to make up. You say that as if it's old news. Have you been spying on us this whole time? Lisa, when am I not spying on all of you? That's my job!
fair enough. Sarah is the instructor, Grekor. Well, I mean, Grekor, everyone has different preferences. Personally, I see Sarah more as like at this point, a teacher that can be somewhat effective, but also has really, really bad habits. Like, that's kind of all I see her as at this point. It's just, she doesn't prepare things in advance, and she's always, I mean, I can appreciate the concept of tough love, because I said that before. That can be a really good teaching method, but she also isn't, well, anyway, I've said what I have to say. Anyway, point is, let's move on. So, what brings you here, instructor? I thought you said you didn't want to bail us out. I guess so, Grekor, I guess so. I thought you were planning on staying back to the academy and, well, doing what you usually do. Well, considering this is your first time out of the field, I seem to be positively lost without me. I can imagine everyone just giving her, like, the blankest, like, the most annoyed stare. So I decided to stick around at least until you finish checking in at the end. Oh, well, thanks, I guess, but I think Group B could have used your help a little more. After all, aren't they going to the town that's always spinning? Make it stop! I can't sleep! Would it not have been better for you to accompany the others? Aw, but they'd be a nightmare to deal with! Oh, wow! Wow! So the whole reason Sarah came here is because she thought it'd be easier. Okay, Sarah, I see how it is. You know what? No! I can imagine... Sarah just went a few points down in Ring's book. Like, come on, Sarah. I may still have to go to them, though. If those two get out of control, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You do know they're on the other side of the country, right? Exactly. Like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. See? She knew full well that Eustace and Matthias wouldn't get along, but put them in the same group anyway. She wants to watch us fall apart. I did suspect as much, but it's not hard to believe she'd be confirmed so nonchalantly. Is it really that hard to believe, Reed? Anyway, don't pay me any mind. You four, feel free to keep talking. Is that a notepad? Oh no, that's just my exams I have to grade from last week. It's still the weekend. Is she recording? Oh, whatever. I didn't get any sleep last night, so I'm just going to take a little nap right here, with one eye open. Also, hey, Dr. Splendid, thank you so much for dropping by. How's it going? Jeez, asleep already? Incredible. I don't think I've ever seen someone less inclined to be an educator than her. I know, right, Elisa? I agree with Elisa for once. Like, come on. Maybe we're just better off just letting her sleep. We'll learn more like that anyway. I should probably wake her when we get to Celtic, though. Possibly the Irish guy, though. I feel like a lot of this is just pure recklessness. Like, she does do some things right, but at the same time, a lot of this is just not right. Oh, we have options. Interesting. Talk to Instructor Sarah. No, please, no, anything with that. Alright. Well. Oh, I can delete save data. Interesting. Alright, well, let's delete this one. Alright, chat. I would love to continue talking, but... oh, wait, I can't leave. Never mind, I guess we're continuing. For a little bit, anyway. Let's talk to Laura. Yeah, I agree, Grekor. Like, don't get me wrong, Elliot's a great character, but we've spent so much time with him in the past couple of streams that I want to, you know, see some other characters as well. And Laura's seems really upstanding, so... Although, chat, since I am going to be going for just a little bit longer because of these chats, I do want to take a break because my voice is... I'm really starting to feel it, like, doing all these. So I'm just going to... I'll be right back, chat. Alrighty. Welcome back, chat. Oh, sorry about the copyright Nicholson. So, you know how, like, some doors have that little spring on the back of them? I accidentally hit that and it was just going like, No, it's all good. I'm fine, Cool Wall 2, I'm fine. That was just the sound of the spring on the back of a door going, like, back and forth really, really rapidly. Anywho. I do wonder what precisely these field study trips will involve. I can't even fathom a guess. Likewise. The weirdest part for me is the divide between Group A and Group B. Why were we split up and sent to different places? And most bizarrely of all, why were Machias and Juice placed in the same group? It's like they're just asking for trouble. Alright, I'm thinking, chat, what Sarah is at least trying to do here is make us have to work through, like, the problem areas with our group. So, hence why she put Reen with Elisa, for example, to see if they can work out some of their problems. So, this is probably all part of as a team development exercise, is my guess. Either that, or Sarah's just doing what she's usually does, throwing us recklessly into danger in the hopes that some of us won't make it back, just like last sex. And, well, see what happens next. It does seem quite illogical. I can only assume there's a hidden purpose to these trips behind what we've been told. Perhaps multiple purposes require multiple groups to fulfill. Yeah, that's my best guess too. There has to be something going on behind the scenes here. Yes, I guess that means Zatas was the Quitster all along. No. Which is why I want to ask Instructor Sarah a few more questions, but, well... Even Reen's just completely, like, so done with Sarah at this point, just like... Sarah. I don't think she'll be doing much answering. Perhaps she fell asleep deliberately to avoid addressing such concerns. Our instructor is quite the formidable opponent. It almost makes me hope that we'll have a chance to duel her in the future. That's one way to describe her. Guess we're just going to have to work out the meaning of these field study trips on our own. Yeah, that is kind of interesting, Gregor. I guess her hair is kind of like one long stalactite. Wonder if it's made of ice or something. Anyway, oh my goodness, wait. Is this foreshadowing like an actual duel with Sarah? Because if that happens, imagine if she just completely destroys us. Like, that would just be the ultimate salt in the wounds. Yeah, it's probably more due to the technology at the time, Gregor, so... As someone who has had to draw pixel art of air, pixel art of hair for some of the animations for Dorothy in the game I'm developing, Hartwell, I can testify to the fact that drawing hair moving is hard. Well, that's one way to describe her. I guess we're just going to have to work out the mean of these field stray trips on our own. Alright, that was Laura. Now let's do Elliot. Hey, I almost forgot I had these. I just picked them up on a whim a little while ago. Ooh, blade cards, where are these? Oh, you got that? I just got a set of my own from the pawn shop in Tristan. What a coincidence, really? That's perfect then. It's almost like the Swiss plans. I wonder if we were put in the same group for a reason. Sarah, was this your doing? Well, I guess we won't find out. How about we play a few hands? Seems like we've got some time to kill before we arrive. You know the rules? Yeah, they're not that complicated, so I don't think anyone here will have any trouble picking it up. Sounds like a good way to pass the time. Sounds like a good way to pass the time. Indeed, it seems like it could be an enjoyable diversion. Alright, let's give it a try then. We're traveling by playing, you can play the card game Blade with other members or a group to strengthen your bond. Ooh! Only the first match with each character will increase your bond with that person, but this will occur whether you win. Oh, okay, so it's like there's no pressure to win or lose, it's just you have to do the first match. Interesting, okay, that's cool. Let's save. Well, I guess I could see that, except for the fact that this is Laura we're talking about. She's really, really professional and keeps everything in order, so I doubt that would happen to her. Alright, Lisa. When I came to the academy, I never thought I'd find myself visiting the Grand Market at Celtic as part of my studies. I've read about it before, but this will be my first time seeing the place in person. Oh, really? Well, if you'll say or no, then I guess it's still something to look forward to. Is there anything in particular you're hoping to see? The gems and furs from Bearhatter, maybe? I definitely don't want to see any eggs, Rain! They say some of the highest quality goods produced by Bearhard artisans are sold at the Grand Market. Yes, so she can tear it off and use the eggs as a backup weapon, yes. That sounds like it would be worth seeing for sure. Something, though, somehow I doubt we'll be able to afford anything there. Are you sure about that, Rain? Are you really sure about that? We have 20,000... We have over 20,000... What is it? Mira. Or we have 20,000 monies. I feel like we'd be able to... Rain, if you really want to, you could probably buy a small house out there at this point. Like, this is ridiculous. Still, if we get a chance, we should go check it out together while we're in town. Oh, that's what you meant, the Archguy. Never mind. That I could see that. Okay. Or maybe she just like hides an extra like a dagger in there just to be on the safe side. That sounds like fun. All right, now let's talk to Sarah, or rather, we won't talk to Sarah. She really is fast asleep. Out like a baby. I've never seen even a child fall asleep quite as quickly as that. Boom, roasting. I know I sure couldn't. She must have a natural talent for sleeping. Well, let's not disturb her. Alright, now we've done that, it is time to duel! I have no idea what Blade is, so we're going to find out. Alright, what are the rules here? Blade is a children's card game. Sorry, I can't resist making a reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. Let's try this again. Blade is a card game in which two players take turns, place a number of cards on the field, and vie for the greater sum total. Probably the Archguy, or maybe both, knowing Sarah. Once both players have been dealt their hands, they each draw a card from the deck and place it on the field. Player who draws the lower number must then proceed to place a card from their hand on the field, okay? Start till both players are equal to at any point. The field is clear, both cards. Oh, so it's kind of like Slapjack, but... Is there any strategy to this? Or, like, can we set up a deck or something? 3 types of cards. Blade cards on the most common, number 1 to 7. First, remove the last card from your opponent. Oh, okay, no, so there's a little bit more strategy to this than just placing a card one after the other. Okay, both cards, remove the last card from the field. Okay, so ones are like your revive cards. Mirror cards, you switch positions of the cards currently placed in the field. Oh, interesting. So you don't want to hold on to both the mirror cards. Interesting. Alright, let's challenge Laura. Let's duel.
Then let us begin our duel.
Ooh, I like this music. This is fun.
Please draw a card.
Okay.
We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. We're evenly matched.
Oh no! Is this gonna be a recursive loop? We'll be evenly matched forever. We're evenly matched. Let's
Then
redraw.
I'll make the first move.
I think it's more discipline than anything else, Rekor. Oh wait, no, these are our weapons, now that I'm noticing it. I just realized that. Well, this is not accurately balanced because the weapon that Elliot uses is way more powerful than anything we have. That's a nice reference, though. I could mirror, but I feel like the match is still early. So, let's, okay, what I'm thinking, chat, is the smart thing to do is going to try and stay as low as possible. So, let's do it 2. 3. 4 would beat that.
Divine Bolt!
Okay, so she was like, nope. How about now? And I use a 5.
Mirror.
Surprise! Reverse, reverse! And of course. Now for the ultimate salt in the wounds. Tie!
We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. Then I'll make the first move.
Right now we add a 5. He has to have like a really high number somewhere, right? I can't play the last thing, play Bolt, so Bolt.
Well played. I am in defeat.
Let's go! We did it! Yep, that's right, the Archdive. The bow is a compound bow. Oh yeah, you know, you're right. Play a scythe and a sniper at the same time. Those Ruby references. Okay, that was fun. Now, I remember them saying that only the first match counts, so there's no point in, like, re-challenging the same character. But, it does mean there is a value in challenging all the other characters. So, let's do Elliot. Let's, no, sorry. That came out wrong. Let's play Blade with Elliot. I'm fine about this now. Playing this should make our rail journeys go by in no time. I'll have to recommend the game to Group B, too. Oh, wait, no. Alright, Elliot, it's all up to you.
Go easy on me, okay?
Watch Elliot just be really good at this. Okay, so...
Okay then, let's draw! Well, looks like I'm up first. Mirror!
Okay, then. Elliot, if this is how you want to we have a lot of mirrors.
Really? You're playing that now?
Yes, of course! Reverse, reverse!
Really? You're playing that now?
He's like, oh, again? Come on. Alright, now I've messed up with his mirror cards. Let's try to keep the pressure on here. Yeah, I know, Rector, right? If he's half as good at this as he's at cutting, we're going to get annihilated. If I bolt that, that's,
I didn't see that coming.
I could just mirror. Yeah.
Really? You're playing that now?
Oh, come on.
Bolt!
Go to 4. Alright. He's gotta have a 7, right? He has to. Oh.
I didn't see that coming.
Let's go! Oh, Ruby came out many, many years ago for Wall 2. They do about a season a year. Yep, definitely Elisa Nets. Elisa's the only one left, I think. Unless we can challenge Sarah somehow. It's like the secret blade boss battle against Sarah.
Let's get started.
I have to say, the music in this game has been top-notch so far. I'm really loving all the tracks, and even this one that's a bit more laid back. It just has so much pump and energy to it, chat. Like, don't you agree? Just listening to that guitar going and the nice light strings in the background, it's just so nice. Of course, we're doing Elisa. We're battling Elisa. So let's draw a card.
Oh, same score? We better draw again. Looks like I'm going first. Bolt!
We just got bolted right from the start. I could use the 1 here, but I'm thinking maybe save that just for a little bit. Or it could just be a troll and mirror the 1. That'd just be funny. Fair enough, Reptor. And I don't want to use the 1 yet. 3. Okay. Pretty evenly matched.
Bolt!
Oh, no, you do not.
What? You can't do that.
Yes, I can. Oh, I forgot. Once used for revivals. That's a good point. Alright. Well, one thing I am noticing, chat, is that we have very low numbers right now, so that actually does make me a little bit concerned, just because she probably has, like, a really high card. And that's going to be the challenge here. Reverse, reverse.
What? You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
Mirror. What?
You want to try me?
You can't do that.
Okay, here we go. That's what I wanted. So we're going to bolt that.
Oh, now you've done it.
And we're going to bolt that too. Just get out of here.
Done it.
Oh dear. Oh, this isn't going to end well.
One more game.
Take that, Lisa. 3 for 3. Let's go. It was probably just designed that way more for style than anything else, the Arch guy. I doubt it was designed that way for function. Alright. Well, that's a blade. So I think we can stop talking now. Ah. Wow. And look at how the windmills are they spinning? Okay, they are spinning. It's just very, very, very slowly. I will admit, even though that it's obviously this is a bit dated, the landscapes are still pretty in their own right, so that's nice. It's beautiful. What a spectacular view. Oh, I agree, Rakor. One of the things I like to do when I was like traveling a lot, when I'm not driving, of course, whether that's whether I was by bus or by train or it's just nice to look out the window and watch the landscape go by. So it's cool that they tried to emulate that here. I know, right, Rakor? Oh, you're sad you don't have waffles tomorrow. I wonder why. I wonder if something that happened to stream inspired that.
rye planted last fall seems almost ready for harvest. Now, I thought rye could only be harvested in the fall. Well, the soil in this area is supposed to be extra fertile due to the warmer climate, so things are a little different here. Yep, Ego. Yeah, post it in the memes channel, Coolball 2, just referencing the egg stream tonight. The view really is amazing, though it looks like something out of a painting. Oh wait, it is a painting. It's a JPEG.
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This transcontinental train is bound for Crossbell. The next stop is Keldick.
Fair enough, correct, bro. Hey, it's fine, Coolball 2.
Passengers traveling to Bereahard, please change trains at this stop.
Bereahard, that's how you say that, okay.
Almost there.
Guess I should wait Instructor Sarah. On second thought. Oh, this is cool. I like this. Giving us a little animation. Giving us a better idea of how the world is set up. That's nice. Wait, hold on. Was that a park? That looked massive. I guess that might be it's either that or a pre-recorded message to Wall 2. Considering this seems to be kind of sort of based off like the early 1900s, my guess is it's more like you have like a disc and a recorder, and you record like certain sets of lines on the disc, and then you play the different discs. Gretgor, making homemade waffles is so much fun. I used to do that a bit when I was younger. It's you just need a really nice waffle iron and a good mitts to it, and you just pour it in. It's actually pretty simple. You just have the right recipe and such and follow it, and that's all there is to it. They're just so fluffy and delicious. Well, that was a sudden music change.
Wow, so this is Keldick.
It seems like a really relaxing little town, though there are a lot more people
fair
here
enough,
than I
Cool
expected.
In that case, Cool too, there's no reason you can't make pancakes, and pancakes are delicious. As long as you have like a griddle, you can easily make some good pancakes. Oh, what's that, Drekor?
I imagine they've come for the Grand Market.
Oh yeah, the
Even
environments.
merchants from other countries regularly come to see it.
The environments have been really nice so far. I'll agree with that.
Sounds like this place is as popular with the tourists as the capital then, but for a whole different set of reasons.
Exactly, Drekor. Honestly, that's the kind of feeling I'm trying to think of as I'm trying to come up with areas and ideas for spaces in Heartwell, is trying to make sure that even though it's a Souls-like game, make sure the environments are still like fun to explore and enjoyable in that instance, like trying to find secrets and such. So it's definitely a balancing factor.
Keldick's also widely renowned for their local beer, which they make using rye. But you're all still minors, so I'm the only one here who gets to drink it.
More for me! And just everyone audibly groans.
Are you trying to make us jealous?
That wouldn't surprise me, Cool too.
We don't really care, you know.
Anyway, let me show you to the inn.
Tough crowd.
It's, right over there.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, Grekor. Though I will say this, I think the thing about environmental design is good environmental design takes time. And it's not just a question of placing objects in different locations and placing, landmarks and such.
I hadn't expected to see the
It's also
purple lightning
world building.
myself
Like
in such a quaint little town.
Like, you can very easily... Like, you can construct a town very quickly as plopping a bunch of buildings and landmarks down. That's not hard. What's hard is making those areas in the town mean something and actually function and actually, feel like real and as though it's like laid out in a coherent way. So that takes time because that means you have to do world building, and essentially you have to develop a story and a history for the town or area. Now, it takes a lot of time to do that because it involves a lot of writing, but it is absolutely worth it because if you can make an area feel lived in, even if it's in a completely fictional world, then you can make much more memorable moments, as well as come up with much more creative secrets and reasons to explore. Exactly, Rekor. What would I say about the environmental design of Skyrim? They did a great job trying to make each town have its own vibe and lore to it. I'll give them that. And I liked that in Skyrim,
And the chicks with her seem like an interesting lot, too.
I wonder who this is.
No time for that now. I have more pressing matters to attend to.
The thing about Skyrim, for me, though, is... something that can often happen is, if you make something so vast without having enough density of content within it to kind of keep you interested in it, it can actually make you less interested in that vast area. And that was definitely the case for me with playing Skyrim. Fun fact, I have never finished the main story of Skyrim. And you might wonder why. Is it just because I got stuck somewhere? Well, no. At a certain point, just with levels and such, it just gets to a point where all the enemies become pretty easy. And the other thing is, it just feels like, I don't know, there are a lot of quests, sure, but I just felt like there was something missing. I didn't really feel engaged. And the combat definitely got, as the combat got more boring by the mid to late game, that just kind of made it fall off the radar for me. Fair enough, Cool too. Maybe Sarah's secretly famous. Hey there, Margaret. Well, if it isn't Sarah, what are you doing here? I'm getting like Roz from Monsters Inc. vibes here. Sarah, you didn't pay for your bill last week. Oh, that's our bill. Can't we just let it all be water under the bridge? Don't make it happen again. Oh, he's referring to Laura. Interesting, Cool too. I missed that. Oh, I agree, Copper Nicholson. There's exceptions to everything. Like, Riften and Markarth are definitely really intricate and interesting to explore, but some of the other towns definitely blend together. Yeah. I almost thought that was an egg pun for a second, the Arch guy. I knew you kids. I knew you kids were coming, but I didn't think you'd be coming with them. Oh, I just figured I'd help them get settled in before I left. Don't tell me this is going to turn out like Class 6 now. Hush now! Oh, interesting, so you kind of feel the same way, Copper Nicholson. Fair enough. That wouldn't have helped us any. Oh my, now aren't they a youthful, looking bunch? It's a pleasure to meet you. We're first-year students from Thor's Military Academy. Or, sorry. Naboo Community College, Class 7. I'm Reen. We're all Jedi in training. Maybe. No, that's a paint. That definitely looks like paint to me, at least. Whereas Laura's hair, it's blue in my mind, but you could make the argument that's like the lightest shade of, like, magenta. That might be a stretch, though. I'm Elisa. Thank you for putting us up. For a second there, I thought Elisa was saying, thank you for putting up with us. Pleasure's all mine, I assure you. I'm owner Margaret, the owner of this humble establishment. Keep your feet off the furniture, and make sure to pay your bills on time, and we'll get along just fine. And here, Sarah here is taking care of all of your arrangements, and is going to pay the bill. Right, Sarah? Right! I'll show you to your room. Oh, I agree, Copper. So, if the things that Skyrim does right, like its character creator, and just the deep, vast amount of lore it has, you know, that's well done. Props to Bethesda for what they did in those regards. I'm just saying that I still lost steam with the game, unfortunately. So, thank you, man. Much obliged. I eat it 1/8 of an egg. Is that for a recipe, Cool too? I'll leave you to it then. Noodles! Louise, take in some beer and snacks. I'll bring them right over. You do know it's not even noon though, right? That hasn't stopped me before, has it? Oh, brother. Alright, my question, Cool 2, would be, why not? Because if you made 8 servings of pancakes, why not save the rest for another breakfast? That's what I would do, personally. This is the room you're all going to be staying in tonight. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Cool 2. I'd say, just, if you have any kind of Tupperware container, just put it in your fridge. And, well, actually, wait. No, that should work. Yeah. I think you put them in your fridge, and then you just... Actually, now I'm kind of forgetting. Like, I feel like I swear I've put pancakes in the fridge before. I just can't remember when or why. I guess what I would say is quickly Google if you can reheat pancakes, and if you can, then yeah, you could absolutely do that. But if not, then I can understand that, and I'd say use a measuring cup, maybe. That would be my thought, at least. Cool, too. Okay, no, I was right. So you can refrigerate them. Yeah, in that case, just, you know, make a bunch extra, put them all in the fridge, and then reheat some later. Because ultimately all it is it's just, you know, it's eggs and bread, basically. You heat it up just a little bit, then you put some syrup on it, and you should be good to go. This is the room you're all gonna be staying tonight. All 4 of you. Wait, so we're all going to be staying in here at the same night? How scandalous. Yeah, this is... Well, okay, I will admit, it actually looks like a pretty cozy room. Like, for a second there, I thought this was going to be like a really cramped room with only one large bed, but thank goodness it's actually pretty roomy, and it looks pretty cozy. More than enough space for our needs, thank you very much. But there are 4 beds, which means... Are you suggesting we sleep in the same room as the boys? Not that I mind, but... I had my doubts about that, too. But Sarah... But Sarah insisted, so that was that. Ree's probably thinking, I swear to God... Sorry about that. I swear, Sarah. I'll be back up. Yeah, I just hear Sarah snoring. Yep. Broke the beds into groups of 2, so things would be less awkward. But that was the best I could manage. I don't... Is Sarah trying to help me? This is going to be a problem. After all, I have tea time with Toa when I get back. And I want to make... and I very much was looking forward to that. I don't have a problem with it personally, but I can't imagine the girls will be quite as accepting. Laura probably doesn't care. I think it's just Elisa that's going to mind. Lisa, I don't believe we have a choice here. We are military students. We mustn't allow the prospect of misgender accommodations to phase us. See, exactly. Laura's right. That's the mature way to look at this. You're student, you're students, you're all working together, that's all this is. I know that, but I just had this huge crush on Reed for some reason, because the developers wrote me that way.
In the army, women can share rooms with men. It's a fact of life, born of necessity. You will need to adjust to this reality sooner or later, and this does seem the perfect opportunity. But... Okay, I get it. But if either of you two comes anywhere near our beds, I wouldn't dream of it. Likewise. Elisa's like, I'm going to say it again. If either of you come near any of our beds, and Reed's like, nope, we're not going to come anywhere near your beds, right, Elliot? Right, we're not going anywhere near there. And Elisa just gets more stubborn, like, I wasn't talking about you, Elliot. You're too wholesome for that. Reed says, I thought I was pretty wholesome too. Oh, don't give me that talk, Reen. I was referring to a certain someone who already has a history of this kind of thing. Maybe if we chain Reen to the bed. What the heck? What the heck, Elisa? Come on! I thought she had gotten over that. Guess not. Anyway, now that your room's all sorted, let me give you this. Isn't that our academy emblem? Does this contain the details of our assignment, yeah? That's what I've been told, yes. Well, if you need anything during your stay, you just let me know. For now, I'll leave you to get settled in. Oh, and don't forget to file your paperwork! What's up, the Arshine? Alright, shall we have a look inside? Yeah, that's right, the Arch guy. Actually, no, I take that back. I think the parentheses is either thinking to yourselves or whispering, because Elliot and Rain seem to be having a short conversation there. My guess is whispering there, or thinking if they're, like, alone. But to be fair, Rain and Elliot have spent so much time together at this point, they probably are becoming really good friends and can start to read each other, so to speak. Especially after making all those eggs. Okay, let's see what we got. You'll say they want a sign test. Ooh, hold on, let's do the unread one first. For the common cold. I've run out of some of the ingredients I need to make a particular medicine. I would very much appreciate it if someone could procure more for me. Please speak with me in the church for further details. I see that response. That makes sense. Alright, we'll do that. We'll do that first, because that's the side quest, clearly. Any bright ideas? Samus is a client? What? Guys, are we sure we're still on planet France? Because apparently there's a space bounty hunter that wants our help. I need someone to replace the malfunctioning orbit light and a road lamp for me. For more details, see me at Dolphin's Arms and Orbital Factory, and don't you dare steal my spaceship. It's just not real, chat. It's just not real. Dangerous monster has appeared near the highway and is making it very difficult for us to harvest our crops. Could someone please help us? Monster, scary dinosaur. A plateau near the East Tellet Highway. I swear if it's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. $200 Selge around Teldet. What's a Selge? Must be some kind of unit of measure. I just think a Selge might be the equivalent of kilometers here. Reed confirms for Smash Ultimate! Yes. So, this is our field study. It just looks like a list of menial tasks to me. There's a monster limit information request at least, but that's the most we have. I see. I see, so that's her angle. Excuse me? Did you figure something out? Oh, no, it's nothing. We should go and talk this over with Instructor Sarah. She probably stuck around specifically to answer any questions we might have. I know, not another sword user.
You know what? Just put Toa in Smash. She'll use books to defeat everything. That'll be unique. You might be right. And while we're at it, we can grill her about the Shmuel room she signed us up for, too. Alright, chat, well, I feel like that's going to be a good spot to wrap things up for now, because that was a long cutscene. But yeah, definitely enjoying the game so far. I mean, obviously the Toa interaction was really, really cute. That was just so wholesome, and I loved like the life advice that she gave Rin. That was really cool. But on top of that, we also, probably the highlight of the stream was just the big, exceptional exploit, which gave us an absurd amount of Mira. I think it's called Mira in this game, right? Well, just a lot of money. Yeah, it is called Mira. Like, we have over 20,000 Mira. Oh, cool! That's awesome, Cobalt 2. Hope you enjoy your sprint break. So, I will have to start wrapping things up here, so... Feel free to stick around for a raid chat. But if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy what you saw, please consider subscribing on YouTube. It's free, you can always change your mind later, it's a great way to show support. And if you're watching on YouTube, hope you have an awesome night.